So I'm sitting here with the shoes and all the shoelaces, and I find these. Do you remember these? They were from a time where Velcro on shoes were just, now children just have Velcro shoes, right? So they don't have to tie their shoelaces. And then they invented this where you just pull them and then they tie themselves, I guess. I don't know if they still work or if they ever worked. There are so many different things that people tried before, I guess, they just started producing Velcros on our shoes. But these shoes, because they're bigger, he doesn't fit them yet. I need to put shoelaces in them, and I'm going to try with these, see if I can even make it work. I don't even know if you want to use that. He complained to me when I told him that he was getting shoes with shoelaces, and he was like, no thank you, because he just wants to get up and get out and get over it. So he wants to go play. So shoelaces are just not fun for him. So I'll try and see if these work. I'm kind of thinking they don't, because he plays rough, and I think they'll just go loose. But I'll put one in and see what happens. They do look a little funny. Then I'll just try them. I think just trying on that they work just fine. And that's kind of impressive, because they have been in that bag with shoelaces for many years. I think these are from when my brother was a kid, maybe even my sister. And my brother was born in 1991, so it's been a while. But we decided to put, because we're not sure that this is what he wants. So we'll just keep them. And then we decided that both white and black shoelaces look good with the shoes. But because he's such a messy kid, we decided to go with the black pair. So I will add this to one shoe like I just did, and then the black shoelaces or shoelace to the other shoe, and just keep that and bring the rest to my parents, because I don't want them here in my house. As I'm saying, I'm trying to get stuff out of my house. Okay, all set, black shoelaces. And I'll just put these away with the double shoelaces. And yes, it would have looked way better with white, but only in the beginning. Because these are probably gray from the beginning, but they start looking like this instead of being white. There's a big difference here, right? And you know, that's what you use shoes for. Kicking a ball, running, climbing trees. So in this household, we use shoes, like use them. And I think that's good. So, not a problem. So I totally forgot that I promised Emmeline to make gluten-free homemade buns for her. So now it's 7:10 at night. I hate doing stuff at night, and I'm making a dough. So it was actually my plan to make the dough later on this day, later today, but not this late, because I'm making a big batch, and it fits perfectly in the bowl I'm mixing it in. But then because of the yeast, it will rise like mad, so I actually need to put it in, divide it into 3 bowls, so I won't be able to fit it in the refrigerator. So I always, if it's possible, put them outside. And the temperature is perfect right now, so I will just put them outside so the dough can rise. So right now we don't use dry yeast, we use like a block of yeast. So I'm just dissolving it in the water right now. So I need to stir a little bit over here. So I basically just altered her favorite recipe. Right now I'm just adding a little bit of oat flour, not like the oats in here. I'm gonna use oats like that as well, but this is actually an oat flour that I'm using, and it's gluten-free. And I'm adding a little bit extra, and also extra oats, so I don't need to add just as much gluten-free flour because it's expensive. So, but it should work. I've done it before and she said they tasted the same, so that's good. Oh man, I was trying to avoid the dust storm that happens every time I use this flour. Clearly, I did not succeed. It's everywhere. And on my shirt as well. God, it's just, it's so fine. And it's on my hands as well. Can you tell? It's just everywhere. I was being so careful too. Well, I'm mixing. I'm doing my best here. But it takes a lot of flour. So, yeah. It's probably going to get worse. But then I'll be done, right? But what I really like about this recipe is that you don't knead. Is that what it's called? The dough. You really just leave it as is. You mix it. And then this particular dough you leave for 5+ hours in the cold. And then tomorrow I'll just scoop it with a spoon and put it onto the baking sheet and in the oven, and then that's it. But I'm kind of nervous here because my mixer is making a weird sound. So I'm giving it a break right now. And I was cleaning the whiskers. I'm giving it a break because it was also kind of hot. I really don't want it to break down. It's really old. I don't know how old, but it's, I'm guessing 12, 15 years old. If not, maybe even older, I don't know. But I really needed to keep going right now. But it's kind of screaming, like, ee! So we'll have to wait and see. I've said it before. When you use that substitute flour, everything acts in a different way, and I can't mix it. Last time I did this, I only used a third of the recipe, made a third of the recipe, because I wanted to make sure that she liked them, and I can't mix in all the flour right now, cause it crawls up the whiskers, like all the way up and into the machine, and that's just weird. And then it shoots everywhere. That's dough everywhere, all those spots. So that's a good thing to remember for next time, that, you know, maybe only make half of it. And just look at my fingers, and it's still a little too soft for my liking, but it's just gonna be the way it is. That's just, I'm not going to do anything, going to do more about it, because I don't want to ruin my mixer. It's just not worth it. They'll be good anyway, so I'll just stop here. Let's just do everywhere. This is ridiculous. This is really hard to clean. There's this little ledge right here that I can't really get into. It's really stuck in here. I really need to remember that I can't make a whole batch. It is all a usually when we do one batch, it's around 30, a little less than 30 maybe, buns. That won't be 30 because it's usually filled to the brim, and it's not right now because there's at least 400 grams less flour in there. Well, it is what it is, right? I think that's it. Oh my god, it's so dirty even here. Look. Oh my god, what a mess. What you do for your children, huh? All the things you do. What won't you do? So, and also this is cheaper than buying her bread from the grocery store. That's rather expensive. 4 pieces are 30 Danish kroner for 4. And so you have to divide that by 7.5 if you want it in euros. So I got the kitchen clean again. It took a while. And now I just have to divide it into 3 bowls. And while we are doing that, I can tell that my uncle is awake now, and that he's no longer in intensive care. He was moved from the intensive care unit to the cardio unit of a different part of the hospital, which actually has a different address. And he's still kind of disoriented, and a little unsure of what's going on. Oh, this is not proper mixed. Well, and his memory is still not the best. He's confused, which is to be expected. So that's still not a big concern. So everything is just moving forward still, which is good. It's really tough on his family, which is understandable. He has a wife and 2 sons, and his wife has 2 children as well. So yeah, they are keeping us updated. I don't even think my mom has been to the hospital. I'm not sure. His twin brother has been there, my uncle, and he's been keeping us updated. He's actually the one who has been keeping us updated. So that the immediate family doesn't have to call and talk to too many people. They can just send the message to one, and he will make sure that the message is forwarded to the other siblings, and then I guess the siblings will inform their children, which is us. So, alright, so I think it's now divided, and so I just want to put a lid on. It's really it's a little too wet. I'm kind of hoping that the oats will absorb a little bit, and also the gluten-free flour substitute does take longer to absorb its water in this case. So I'm kind of hoping that will just thicken it a little. So yeah, I'll just go and place them outside. And then there it is. It's really hard to see. My light up here broke. I had the lights installed and I bought lamps on, they were going out of, what's that called when they don't make them anymore? And so they're really cheap, but also you cannot change a light bulb in them. They are LED, and so when they die, they die. So now I'm at the point where I have to buy a new lamp, and it happened to 2 lamps out there. They were placed at the same time, so, and I don't know, it kind of happens at the same time. So I don't know if something else happened, if there's a loose wire. My nephew is an electrician, so I can have him look at it, and then I'll just buy new lamps where you can actually change the light bulb, right? All right, but now I did this. This took 40 minutes. That was longer than expected. So anyway, now they're outside. The dough can rise, and there will be home-baked, newly baked buns for Emmeline tomorrow. And they call them mom's buns. It's kind of funny. Yeah. So still have flour everywhere. Good thing it's just going in the hamper now. Anyway, that's it for now. Have a nice evening.